Let's do a quick review of what you're going to see when you open Soundtrap. First, you'll see projects of old assignments, and you also see all the other menu options. We're going to enter the studio now. And when you open that little page, you'll see multiple things, examples of other songs, even a podcast. We're going to click blank, and we're going to go to the studio to check out a lot of tools that this has. Now, you see the composition grid where I have like a timeline at the very top. It looks like a little ruler with numbers. We also have basic recording tools: record, stop, rewind, play, fast forward. You also see that the little timer at the top kind of moved. That's going to tell you how long you have. Now we have file, edit, settings, and then a tutorial little menu on top. So if you're ever stuck on any of these things, you can always hit the tutorials. Now on the right hand side, you have icons for collaborators. This is where you're going to be doing some group work. You can add people's names or their emails to your work. And remember that this means they can change stuff later. Now the loop library is where we're going to start our first assignment. And if you notice, I'm kind of going through and just checking what I can hear. Now, at the very top of your menu bar, oh, sorry, I clicked this on accident. You can actually hit support if you need the help from Soundtrap themselves. Now, what you want to make sure before you even start looking at all the stuff in the loop library is that your device is not on mute or what's called do not disturb mode. Sometimes that little bell has a red slash through it. So you want to make sure that that is not on when we're listening to these before we start to sample things. Sometimes also you may need to just throw something in there, like this drum track. I just threw it in just to hear. And oh, this little guy decided to pop in. This gray bar will loop things automatically for you so you can hear stuff like sections over and over again. So what I'm going to do right now is just add a couple of beats, a full drum beat. I notice that each track will get a different color. Let's add a bass in here. Let's see which one I like the most. So now I have 3 tracks. Now, I'm going to get rid of the top track because I don't really need it. I don't need a random fill at the beginning. So I'm going to hit that little 3-dot menu and delete the track. And you always have the option to undo something. That purple bar will come out. So let's hear what this sounds like. Too bad. I have about 8 measures. Notice that the timeline stops right at number 9. And then we loop again. So remember I told you that guy at the top, that little gray bar, will loop. Now listen. If it's not highlighted, your little marker continues to move on. It moves to the timeline. And don't forget, as you're kind of working through this, you have options, right? So at the very top, I'm just going to hit undo. And I'll see all the steps that I did before. I can hit redo and see all the steps I did again. But once I am feeling comfortable and confident, I hit save. And the project will save. And then I can just go down and look at my profile, which I go through the file menu. And then I see Leticia's song number 3 is mixing. So that means it's currently saving itself to the cloud. Remember that all of your work doesn't get saved on your iPad. It gets saved on Soundtrap's server, which has its own cloud, which is pretty nice. That means none of the memory on your iPad gets actually used up. And that's about it for introductory kind of stuff for Soundtrap. Now, for the first assignment that you have that's going to start on Tuesday, you will see an assignment that's listed as March 14th. Ignore that. But it is the first assignment that you'll be doing on your own. And you're going to be using all those tools that I talked about to create your first 8-bar song. Good luck.